Welcome back, everybody. Captain Forrest Smith with the Mesa Fire Department is here, along with Fire Marshal and Deputy Chief Rich Kochanski, talking about ways to stay safe this holiday season. You know, fireworks used to be only for the 4th of July tradition, but they have since literally blown up for New Year's as well, huh?
Well, absolutely. We do have a state law that allows them to be sold here in the state, but they are illegal in certain jurisdictions.
Right. Something to keep in mind as we talk about this is there are cities in the valley that do not allow fireworks to be shot off in the city limits, and then there are other cities it's perfectly legal. For instance, Mesa.
Correct. In Mesa, you can shoot them off on December 30th, 31st, and the 1st. After that, it's illegal up until the 4th of July holiday.
And then you start. So we have two sets of displays set up. These are what? The ones you can't have, right?
Correct. They would be considered the illegal fireworks.
Any day of the year?
Any day of the year, absolutely, because what they do is they actually leave the ground and they explode. So if they have the ability to explode, they are illegal all of the time.
Well, some of them look very similar. Like, for instance, this one looks just like, say, this one.
Right.
How can you tell the difference, or is it up to the person buying?
Well, if you go to one of the tents or the retail stores, there is a label on here that does say California Safe and Sane, and in some cases they do say consumer fireworks. The illegal ones just say fireworks, or in some cases they don't say anything because in fact they're actually homemade. So we want everybody to be aware of that, and
which I'm assuming could be more disastrous if they're homemade.
Well, we clearly have no idea what it would do.
Here's that label. I wonder if, Bobby, see if you can come in on this. So this little tiny label, these are the ones that you can shoot off here.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. This label right here, and they're all on these fireworks to my left. You're right at home. These are the safe ones. What things, when you're planning a party, you're going to have fireworks, because you can spend a lot of money on them. What should you do to prep so that you do have a safe and not disastrous fireworks?
Well, the first thing you can do is clear yourself an area of a lot of the dry brush, grass. A 30 by 30 space is a really, really good starting point.
Okay.
Keep it away from your house, the eaves, some of the trees and bushes that are up against your house. You know, they could start a fire. Absolutely, we did a really good job as a community this last 4th of July, and we had very, very little calls on these fireworks. But
anything you should keep around it, nearby?
Well, one thing I like to add is that you make sure you keep a cell phone nearby as well as a bucket of water. Okay. Because one thing we know about these fireworks is the fact that they, for the most part, are unpredictable. We've had instances where you could light one, especially a homemade one. We don't know what the reaction of that's going to be, hence it being illegal. Right. But even some of these, they could be a dud. So what we want to tell our community is that if you do have a firework, it turns into a dud, give it a few minutes and just drop it in that bucket of water. That way you know it's safe.
Oh, so keep the bucket of water, not just necessarily to pour it on top in case there's an emergency, but actually to put the fireworks inside when you're done.
Absolutely. Anything that's completely finished, make sure you put it in there. Don't dispose of it in the trash can. Make sure it soaks inside that bucket of water.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the show. And to clarify again, certain cities don't allow it. Other cities do, so you have to double check to see which city you live in to see if it's allowed. Appreciate it again, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I appreciate it. Happy New Year to you.
All right. Well, coming up here on Good Morning Arizona, we got a fresh look at the news, as well as some fun ideas. If you still have